A warm good morning to all dignitaries of the House. District Director DTM 𝗏𝗂𝗧𝗏, PQD DTM 𝗤𝗏 𝗏𝗂𝗏, Club Growth Director DTM 𝗖𝗹𝘂𝘂 𝗏𝗪𝗀, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. My name is Toastmaster 𝗏𝗧𝗏 𝗀𝗡, and it's my pleasure to officiate as the Sergeant in Arms for today's event, which is one of the most important milestones in the journey of being a Toastmaster and a club officer. It is the makeup of the Club Officers Training 2. I would like to begin with a few ground rules. I would like all the audience to please mute your microphones and switch off your cameras, especially when a speaker is on the stage, to avoid any unnecessary disturbances. For the moment, let's open our mics and repeat together the district mission. We build new clubs.
We build new clubs
and support clubs in achieving excellence.
and support all clubs
in
achieving excellence.
Thank you very much. Now let me hand over to the person of the hour, Event Chair, Toastmaster Suhan Abdul Manaf. He started his Toastmasters journey in 2016. Currently, the Vice President Public Relations of Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club. On the professional front, he works as Sales Manager for National Supplies Company. On the personal front, loves to read books, travel, and explore new places. He believes in two quotes: live life to the fullest and be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome the event chair for the day, Toastmaster Suhan Abdul Manaf. Over to you, Toastmaster Suhan. Podium is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chief Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster 𝗏𝗧𝗏 James. Good morning to one and all present here.
Morning.
All right. Now, firstly, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our dignitaries, our district leaders, District 20, Director DTM 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Program Quality Director DTM 𝗤𝗏 𝗏𝗂𝗏, Club Growth Director DTM 𝗖𝗹𝘂𝘂𝗏, then our Division S Director DTM 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Bose, and other members of Toastmaster fraternity who are present here. Let me begin with the favorite quote from my favorite superhero movie, that is Spider-Man. With great power comes greater responsibility, which is why I believe the universe has blessed us with something that is known as the Toastmasters Club, where leaders are made. The first step to become the leader is to participate in the leadership position, beginning from the club to the highest level of leadership board of the Toastmasters Club. I would like to thank and commend our Division H Director, DTM 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Bose, for providing this opportunity for those who wants to get a training and also make the difference in their life as a leader. Now, it's time to turn this vision into a reality. To do the honors, I would like to introduce the MC for today's meeting, who is an enthusiastic Toastmaster who served as a Secretary, President, VP Education, VP PR, and Area Director. Currently, she is the VP membership of Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club. She has earned Triple Crown 3 times, and she is the first runner-up for Humorous Speech Contest for DTAC. So any guesses who that person can be? Well, oh, someone's pointing. It means I know that person, but she is not only an enthusiastic Toastmaster, she is also a baker, a home baker, none other than DTM Priscilla Dice. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmasters Suhan, for that wonderful introduction. Leaders of District 20, fellow Toastmasters, trainers, guests, and all you lovely people of District 20 and beyond. Good morning, Sabal Khair, Suprabhat, and welcome to District 20 Makeup Club Officers Training 2, powered by Division H. For those who have joined just after a little while, or those who have not yet got up and are being attentive at this event, let me tell you, I am Toastmaster Priscilla, and I will be your master of ceremonies for today at this event. Well, opportunity knocks only once, right? Who said? Never mind. This code does not apply to Toastmasters. Definitely not. Because in Toastmasters, we are given opportunities after opportunities to do everything that is possible in Toastmasters. Tell me, when has your evaluator not told you in your next speech, you have the opportunity to improve upon your vocal variety? An evaluator evaluates and gives himself an opportunity to do better at the next evaluation. In Toastmasters, we have n number of opportunities. And what is it as Toastmasters that we should do? Grab those opportunities. Now, coming to club officers training, it is so obvious that we have opportunities, not just one, but we have club officers training done 4 times, twice in the year, and all those 2 club officers training are always backed up with makeup sessions. And we are here today for that second makeup session. So club officers, Toastmasters, trainers, leaders, and about everyone over here, we have to make the most of this makeup session. We have to share our experiences, and we are here to do that today, to learn from each other, and most importantly, to grow as leaders. Because our event chair just reminded us that Toastmasters is where leaders are made. And we are here to create leaders, to be leaders. Now, we all know we have completed 5 months as president, VP Ed, or whatever role that you have taken for this term. And you will agree with me that we have all performed our roles to the best of our ability, right? We have put in all our hard work to fulfill our responsibility. That authority that we have been given comes with responsibility. So we have done our best. But let me assure you that when you attend the Makeup Club Officers Training today, you're not only going to help yourself perform to the best of your abilities, but you are going to grow. You are going to help your members grow, and you're going to help your club grow. We are fortunate to have this strong leadership team at the helm of our District 20, which has devised today's event. And it is led by Head of Education, Distinguished Toastmaster Siha Mohammed, chaired by Event Chair Toastmaster Suhan Abdul Munaf, and it is powered by Division H. I like that word, powered by Division H, or just powered. All our events are powered by the division, and it has so much impact that we really get powered at the end of this all the events. We've seen ourselves really gearing to go. And for that, we must a big round of applause to our district leaders and to the respective divisions that have held all the events. Now, our program today is divided into 3 sessions, coming to today's event. The first session is going to be a prep session for the contestants on how to gear themselves for an online contest. Now, by gear, I don't mean their preparation of their speech, the content and the delivery, but in an online contest, there's lots more that is required to ensure that your content and delivery is well delivered. And that will be dealt with in the first session. Our second session will comprise of a panel discussion on what else but growing as a leader. So stay tuned for that second session, because that session is going to help you in the next 7 months, not just grow as a leader, but to remain as a leader, to perform as a leader for lifelong. And of course, for what we are here, the club officers training, which will be the third session. Now, before we get into this event, we need the dose of inspiration. And for that, I would like to call upon our district leaders, District 20 leaders. So to begin with, let me introduce our dynamic District 20 director, who has made it to the top of the ladder of learning, as he calls it, doing it one step at a time, serving in the capacity of club officer, area director, division director, club growth director, program quality director, and now the District 20 director. And throughout, he has exhibited respect, integrity, service, and excellence, the core values of Toastmasters. He holds membership in 2 clubs in Bahrain and 1 in Kuwait, serving as member, immediate past president, and president, respectively. His purpose in life is to lead his children by good example, and that is why he is a Toastmaster. Please put your hands together for District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster 𝗂𝗪𝗪.
Thank you so much, Madam Master of Ceremonies, DTM Priscilla. I honestly did not want you to finish. I was just looking at you and ingrained in whatever you were saying. I think DTM 𝗃𝗃, you're really lucky to have such a great Toastmasters within you, within the club, within the home. Okay, fine, that's also a club. So thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, for the lovely introduction and the great energy that you've been putting since you took the podium. Program Quality Director, DTM 𝗤𝗏 𝗏𝗃, Club Growth Director, DTM/ḥaji 𝗏𝗏𝗏. I know he would return it back to me, but that's fine. Division H Director, DTM Pramod Bose. Division G Director, Toastmaster Nasreen. Division C Director, Toastmaster Farouk. Chairperson, Toastmaster Suhan Abdul Manaf. It's been a while since we met, brother. Area 19 Director, 2 Director, 30 Director, and a leader who is not maybe having many titles today, but DTM Siham, who has been doing extremely, I can't really say how much he has been working behind the scene to make this work as well. So DTM Siham, leaders of District 20 and beyond, good morning to all of you. 5 months passed from our term. And if I would request something very quickly, can you all show me with the smiles, with the reactions button, how does it feel? 5 months down the term, how does it feel? Okay, I can see, yeah, things are coming out. Yes, thumbs up. Now, put them all together. That's my feeling. Exactly. It has been 5 amazing months. I've been counting the days, counting the numbers, counting the DCPs. And that's how it is. We are in a great term with great leaders, with so much energy that we can put. And we have been giving up to our members all of what we can do. There are 7 months remaining. And I always remind everyone that about commitment, consistency is the word that I want to stop in right now. 5 months passed, we've been committed, consistent, and caring. But what we need to do as well is to continue being consistent and continue to care for one another. One last word before I leave, empowerment. Yes, we are here for club officers training, but we need to think as leaders. We always need to create more leaders and not followers. Thinking with this in mind and thinking of the last minute, the last day of this term, what legacy we are leaving behind for our new leaders. We are here to create leaders. So leaders of District 20, please remember that. Put that in your mind. Who is your next leader? Whatever position we are having, it's good or bad, but we feel it is just in one term. So who would take your role next? And that's a question that you really need to ask, not in May, not in June, but today, because you need to prepare that leader. You need to see something in someone and tell him or her, I see you as a leader in District 20. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for the organizing committee for putting this together. Thank you so much, PQD and her team, for such an amazing show, for continuous having training. Thank you so much, DHD, for taking this on board. And the last thing that I wish to remind everyone, the district leadership nomination is open. So please nominate yourself for the post of division directors, club growth director, PQD, and DD. Thank you so much. And back to you, amazing Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Khalid, for inspiring us with those words. Let's remind ourselves that what we need to work upon is commitment, consistency with care. And I like that we have been reminded again of the opportunity to be leaders at division and district level. So thank you very much to DTM Khalid. Well, now moving on to our program quality director, who dwells on Nelson Mandela's quote, I never lose, I either win or I learn. So true. Attending this Makeup Club Officers training, we will learn what, and learning is by all means, we are going to learn or we are going to win, but we are not going to lose. Today, there's nothing to lose, but only win and learn. Distinguished Toastmaster Mona Al-Okab is an embellished Toastmaster who has to her credit 2 distinguished Toastmaster titles. And she has been the head of Arabic Club Affairs, head of DTAC 20 Arabic, head of DTAC Education Committee Arabic, and she has also been a Pathways Ambassador and Pathways Manager. Please help me welcome District 20 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Mona Al-Okab.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, DTM Presilia, DTM Khalid Abdullah, our District Director, CGD, our Club Growth Director, DTM Yasser Al-Gashar, Division H Director, DTM Bremwong, our Event Chair, Toastmasters Suhan, Division Directors, Area Directors, dignitaries, members, leaders, guests, a very good morning to you all. Why we are here today? Members are the most important factor that we are all aiming to serve. Investing in leadership development helps us to create productivity or produce more leaders. And by developing our leadership skills, this will help us also to create a better, shining leaders. I love the environment of Toastmaster, where we always we have continuous training, continuous development, get experience from each other, sharing, caring. This is the environment that we are in. This is where we really care about each other, where when I ask someone, Division H, you will be the next, the you will empower this or power the training of the makeup coach, he say yes. And that big yes, will show how commitment and how he is ready to do and serve. And these are the leaders that we are very proud of in District 20. What can I say about 𝗤𝗲𝗃? 𝗤𝗲𝗃, she is always there. I know that she is also in the council of the Division H, and she's the dynamic one that every time we are just, anytime I got an idea, just message her, she answer me, she message me and I answer her, regardless of the time. These are also, model of leaders that we are looking for. Why we are doing this? Any answers? Because service, exactly. And this is one of our core values. We are here to serve. We are here to support. We are here to satisfy or create more leaders. Whatever we gain, we are giving back. And this is what we learn from Toastmaster. And with all these smiles, I will say thank you so much from my bottom of my heart to our Division H Director and his team, to Toastmaster Suhan, the event chair, and his team, to my actually lovely the members from District 20, the trainers that they accept to be with us today. DTM Kajitan, DTM Ahmed Rizvi and his team, Toastmaster Hur, Toastmaster Hussein, DTM Khalid Abdullah, and DTM Alka. And I know that was Ahmed Asif before, Toastmaster DTM Ahmed Asif, but because of some situation, he just apologized, and we wish him all the best and fast recovery. I will never forget also the 7 trainers that accept also to share from their experience here, also with all the new leaders or the members in District 20. Last, I will say, and not least, it's thank you for the BQD office. DTM Rashid Maymoon, DTM Rofis, DTM Hazim Ibrahim, Toastmaster Muna Zaytoun, who are always behind any training that we are trying to bring to the District 20. Thank you all and wish you all the best, and let us enjoy. Back to you, our MC.
Thank you, DTM Mona, for inspiring us with those words. Of course, what you have highlighted here is that we as leaders are here to serve and support. And I like to reiterate that just being here is not about learning, but also about learning and giving, as already mentioned by PQD DTM Mona. I would now like to introduce our District 20 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster 𝗖𝗪𝗂𝗂𝗯, a passionate Toastmaster who has served all club officers' role and has been a club coach as well. His passion for Toastmasters propelled him to head various committees at DTAC. He has served the district in the capacity of Area Director and District Logistic Manager. With a round of applause, please welcome Distinguished Toastmaster 𝗖𝗪𝗂𝗂𝗯.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, for a great introduction. Good morning. صباح الخير. Welcome and mabuhay to all leaders who are attending today's trainings from early morning. We have a chance to chat before the meeting, so it is great opportunity to see you all here. This is the passion of the leaders who attending all trainings and the requirement to become better leaders. Here in our District 20, from the beginning of the term, we set a goal to be one of the top 8 districts in the world. To achieve this one, we are working hard, and we need you also to work as a one team, to work together and get our goal or visions. Yes, we are a little late in the memberships and clubs. We lose little clubs and members. So together we can. If all clubs who are attending here and the active clubs or a membership in their active club bring 4 members plus the 4 members as per their program quality and to get their DC point, we can reach that one. It is not the district mission. It is, the trio mission. It is district mission, where all we need to work together to reach that mission. District 20 is always been on the top, and all the others in the quality and the branding and everything, District 20 have his fingerprint around all the district. So together we can do it. I know these leaders and these faces who's attending from early morning, with the passion of a leaders that we will learn from today's, we can spread to all other members, bring more members, show them the benefit of Toastmaster. How is the benefit giving to you at your work, at your personal lives? This is the benefit of Toastmaster. We should share it with others, bring more members, and for them to get the benefit of Toastmasters. And I don't want to take more than time, but as a District 20, we have our own goals and vision. We cannot do it alone. We should do it all together as one team. Thank you, and back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Yasir. From your message, what I get is that united we stand. And that's what we need to do as District 20 work together to build on our membership. So this is not just for the district to handle. Fellow Toastmasters, all of us are equally involved. As VP membership, that was hitting hard on me. You have to go get members for your club. So not just VP members, but all members have to put in effort to bring in more members to District 20. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Yasser, for that. Coming to the star of the show, Division H Director, DTM Pramukh Bose. He has brilliantly conquered all realms in Toastmasters since he joined Toastmasters 6 years ago. And he earned his distinguished Toastmaster title in less than 3 years. So in less than 3 years, he not only communicated whatever he wanted to on the stage where he gave his international speeches, but he also took up leadership roles, and that made him the distinguished Toastmaster that he is today. He has served as a club coach, a club mentor, head of finance in 2019-2020 at DTAC. He's taken up all the club officers' roles. He's been a chief judge and judge at contests. He has participated in division level contests in international evaluation and table topics. And he has also conducted various workshops. He has, to his credit, 2 Triple Crown awards. With a big round of applause, please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Pramukh Bose.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies TM Priscilla, for that lovely introduction. Good morning, dynamic leaders, our Honorable District Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah, our wonderful, lovely PQD, DTM Mona Alokab, our dynamic CGD, DTM Yasser Al-Khawsha, Division Directors, Area Directors, even Chair, and all the dynamic leaders, members of District 20. As our CGD told, we all must talk about Toastmasters to our friends, our contacts, and spread the message, what benefits we derived from Toastmasters during our journey in Toastmasters, and invite them to our meeting, our club meetings, as guests. Let them see the benefits of Toastmasters. In that way, we can try to empower new people and to grow as leaders and communicators, effective communicators. So in the last 6 years, I have learned a lot of things from Toastmasters. Still, a lot to learn. I can see a lot of difference in me, and my colleagues in my office have told me how much I grew as a communicator and as a leader in my career, and in my relationships also have improved a lot. The Toastmasters International is an organization. We can derive a lot of benefits for a little bit cost. The only cost we need to pay is maybe 20 dinar or something, but the more time you spend on workshops like this, the more time you spend on some communicating workshop, leadership workshops, if you spend time dedicatedly, you can learn a lot and grow as a leader and an effective communicator. That will show a vast difference in your personality that will help you to grow in your career and in your relationships, surely. So today, I can see a leader who attracted me a lot. Our dynamic immediate past Division H Director, DTM Seham Muhammad. When our PQD DTM Mona called me, sent a message to me, remind about this makeup code, and she asked me who would be the event chair. The first name came to my mind is DTM Seham Muhammad, because she is a dynamic leader. She is a servant leader. She is everywhere. And she's particularly helped me, inspire me to serve better in Division H. So DTM Seham Muhammad spent a lot of time in Toastmasters, and her vibrant presence, I'm sure that encourage and inspire many of us to take up leadership roles going forward. Today, she empowered another leader, our Toastmaster Suhan Abdul Munaf, by giving him the event chair responsibility. for this English code. That's a way to empower new leaders. Today, Toastmaster Suhan will learn a lot and his confidence will go skyrocketing, improve a lot. So he can take up much better roles in District 20 and empower other new leaders. That's the way we all grow and develop. So as club officers, it's very important responsibility to serve your clubs. The club is the base for even the district. If the clubs are struggling, the district will struggle, the division will struggle. So I just wanted to tell you the leaders who grow as area directors, division directors, and district leaders, don't ignore your clubs. Don't ignore the clubs you serve. That is the base. I have seen many cases, many instances where because of the leaders of the club moved out of the clubs and taken up leadership roles in the district. Because of their time constraint, they couldn't attend the club meetings and couldn't empower the club officers. And some of the clubs have been struggled in the past. So each and every officer who takes responsibility as a club officer, it is a teamwork to serve your team club, serve your club members, and be ready to take up next level roles as area directors and division directors so that the district will flourish. I don't take up much time. We have wonderful workshop by DTM Kajetan Baroda, the best in the district to give that kind of a workshop. And you have our dynamic role model leader, DTM Ahmad Rizvi, to give the leadership, to talk about the leadership and to lead the panel discussion about leadership. So with these notes, let me hand over the podium back to our dynamic Master of Ceremonies, TM Priscilla. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Pramukh Bose, Division H Director. Your message is all about empowering, and you're so right. The way you put it, that it is for us, how the DTM CHAM is empowering DTM Toastmaster Suhan, it's just an example for all of us to take home that what we need to do is at least inspire, at least empower one Toastmaster to grow as a leader. And that is exactly what work calls for, teamwork, and that happens at club level. The teamwork that you're looking for at club level, that message has come across at this club officers training crystal clear to all present here. Thank you very much, Distinguished Toastmaster Pramukh Bose. Well, I guess we have received that dose of inspiration that we were looking for, starting with this meeting, starting with this event. Now, are we ready for the training? Let me remind you, we are here for the Makeup Club Officers Training 2. And in this event, in this training, what we are looking at is to learn from experience. We have completed 5 months in our roles as club officers. What we will now look for in our club officers training, which is going to happen in, say, about 1.5 hours from now, is to learn from our experiences. Our trainers are all geared, ready, and equipped. And what you need to do is to grab that opportunity, attend, not for your DCP goal, but attend to learn and to empower other leaders. Empower yourself, empower others. So, but before we get into this event for today, the workshops and the club officers training, I would like to acknowledge our role players. This is the support system that makes this happen. And they are behind the scenes. So we never get to acknowledge them, or we don't know who they are, or even when they are there, their presence is not felt. So let me acknowledge our Chief Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Jomi John, our timer, Area 19 Director, Toastmaster Sunil Sidanan, and our moderator, Zoom moderator, Toastmaster Vishal Edward Khan. Okay, so I've covered up everybody here. I'm sure. And it's time. It's time to begin this event. Now, coming up first, we have distinguished Toastmaster 𝗏𝗃 And let me tell you, I'll be professional here. He is a certified trainer, public speaker, behavioral assessor, and a passionate Toastmaster. I wouldn't say enthusiastic because you know how enthusiastic he is. 𝗏𝗃 joined Toastmasters in August 2017 and has completed the Distinguished Toastmasters program twice. He served as club president, VP Education, area director, and division director of District 20. Currently, he is the VP Education of Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club. Please put your hands together for Distinguished Toastmaster 𝗏𝗃, who is here to educate us on leveraging technology for online contests. Distinguished Toastmaster 𝗏𝗃, you have 30 minutes. Timer will indicate green at 20 minutes, yellow at 25 minutes, and red at 27 minutes, allowing you 3 minutes to wrap up. Over to you, DTM 𝗏𝗃.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, DTM Priscilla. I have been asked today to deliver a workshop on leveraging technology for online contests. And if I were to look at your profile of what you have done as technology for today's event, it looks to me that you could be the one who could be delivering this workshop. Is that so? Could you be talking about leveraging technology for online contests yourself?
Absolutely. I'm sitting in an environment.
District leaders and my fellow Toastmasters, what I'm going to cover today is to achieve something like that. Achieve something like what Toastmaster Priscilla did, because she is a contestant. She loves to contest. And here my objective is not to tell you go and buy technology. My title is very simple: leveraging technology for online contests. That means make use of what you have to the best possible way. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, district leaders, for today's session. As I mentioned, I will be talking about leveraging technology for online contests. My name is 𝗏𝗃, as explained by our Master of Ceremonies. I love technology, and I have been doing a lot of work helping Toastmasters with my YouTube channel, Tech for Toastmasters. But let me tell you, I wish we go back to physical meetings. Even though I am one of those proponents of technology, this is what you can do, this is how we can make meetings, this is how we can do online contests, but I miss that physical touch of standing in front on the podium, expressing myself, looking at audience in the eye. Don't you all? If so, please raise your hands that you want to go back to physical meetings. And inshallah, that will happen very soon. But we are still in the transition phase. And so for this contest cycle, we have to deal with technology. We have to deal with Zoom. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover some aspects of how we can make the best of what we have. So during this session, I would request you all to keep your microphone muted, use the speaker view, and please put your queries in chat. I will try to address them in those 3 minutes the Master of Ceremony has given me after the 27 minutes. So what are the learning objectives today? Is I want to talk about the tools and technology that we should be able to create a high impact message in an online world. I'll delve a little bit about the communication style that we should adapt when we are talking or when we are having a conversation in an online environment. And of course, some online etiquettes, especially for our contestants that will be attempting to showcase their talents to all of us in the coming weeks and months. And of course, a Q&A session. So let me ask you a question, and please feel free to put in the chat. First of all, how many here are actually going to contest at club area level in the coming weeks? If so, please can you put in the chat what category of contest you all are going to participate in? Is it international? Is it table topics? Is it evaluation, or is it humorous? So we have a master of ceremonies saying that she will take part in contest. We have 𝗏𝗏 who loves table topics. I hope there are many others in the audience who are going to participate, because great. Contest is a great way to showcase all we have learned in our communication journey in Toastmasters. It allows us to set a benchmark or compare ourselves against others. And as long as we were doing this in a physical world, your skills was the only thing that mattered. You come prepared, you go on the stage, and everything is ready for you. The event organizers are responsible for all the technology that goes around. So you don't have to worry. But once you're in a Zoom environment, you are no longer just worried about your skills, how you can deliver, but is the technology going to hamper you? And you're always worried about it. Always worried about whether you're going to get disconnected. Always worried about whether others can hear you. So if I were to ask you a question, all the technology components that exist in a Zoom meeting, which one do you think is the most critical that makes or breaks your contest? Let's hear some feedback. Which piece of technology you think, according to you, that if you were given only one item, saying you can spend as much as you want, but invest in that one item, what would that be? Dinesh says audio. Khalid Abdullah says audio. Fakhruddin says internet connectivity, mic and voice. Yes, all of this matter. My vote, and I have been in this business for quite some time, is connectivity. When you are taking part in a contest, your first priority should be, am I going to be connected during the entire contest at a stable connectivity? So I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about the chief judge coming up and saying, oh, we can't hear you because your connection dropped. So what could we do? I mean, we are living now in an increasingly connected world. Most of us probably have 5G already on our phone, right? So if you are going to take part in a contest as a contestant, the first thing you should do is, have I the sufficient bandwidth, as mentioned by Fakhruddin? Am I going to be connected throughout this meeting? If you don't have the 5G connection, for example, or if you don't have a stable connection in your home, it's very easy. Go to a friend's place and deliver your speech from there. Ask them to share your connection, their connection with you. Whatever it is, give importance to the internet connection. If the best you can do is you have to be in the house, then you have only that one connection, then make sure nothing else gets connected to that internet. If you have a router, make sure everyone has disconnected. If your children are watching Netflix, give them a break. Order something nice for them, let them sit and eat, so that during that contest that you are delivering, your connection remains stable. What would you think is the second most important item in the technology stack so that you need to always worry about. And I have seen some people talking about camera, some people talking about audio. And in my opinion, I do agree with DTM, our district director, 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, that audio makes or breaks your speech. Your audience will forgive you if your video doesn't appear properly, if there is a break in your video. But if they can't hear what you're saying, then they cannot judge what you are saying. Very simple. So how do we deal with audio? Now, I'm sure most of you would love to have an audio setup like what I have here. And if you like my audio, please give me a thumbs up. I have invested a lot in that audio setup. But let me tell you, this is completely useless in an online contest. If I was a contestant, I would not be using this audio. And let me tell you why. If I step back, I'm sure you can no longer hear what I'm saying, or even if you can hear what I'm saying, it will be very faint. So this type of setup that looks good and sounds good is okay if you are going to deliver workshops, you are going to create content, you are going to sit in one place, and you want to make sure everyone can hear your message, that's fine. But we are talking about online contest where you're expected to stand and deliver. You're expected to go behind and then talk. So I would like to ask from experienced people here in the audience, what kind of audio do you all use? Do you all use your laptop microphones? Do you all use your mobile microphones? Have you all invested in something? If you can see DTM 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, he has something on his head, right? I don't know how long that wire is, but if he was a contestant, whether he would be able to stand back and still use that technology for audio. Dinesh uses his laptop microphone. Siham uses the laptop microphone. Laptop or phone. And to be frank with you, there is not much we can do when we are contestants and we have to deliver, we have to stand back. What could be the best way to convey our audio? Let me switch my audio to a web camera that I have here. And you may immediately notice the difference. When I start speaking now from my normal camera that usually most of us use. Perhaps if I stand very close to that microphone, you can hear me clearly. If I go behind, you can still hear me. But again, you might be hearing a lot of audio background noise. Can be distracting. And but most of us, this is the best that we can do. My only suggestion is that if you are stuck with using the laptop microphone, and some of the modern laptops, by the way, they are very good. They can, they sometimes have echo cancelling microphones, and you are able to hear clearly. But do make a test. Have a Zoom meeting with your friends, and then practice and ask them, can you hear me clearly? Is everything right? If I was to ask or recommend to you investment that you have to spend a few KD to become better in your contest delivery, I would say that this is one area you might want to invest in. Some kind of a audio that makes you clear to the audience. For example, I have something like this. This is a very cheap microphone that you get for a few KD. It's a wired microphone. You can see I have clicked it to my suit here. It has a very long wire, around 6 meters, I think. And if I was to switch to that microphone now, let me see how I sound first of all. Yeah, you can probably tell me if you can hear me better compared to the previous one. You can? Let me go back. It's the same thing, right? If I was to stand and deliver, you will still hear me clearly. And so this is called a lavalier microphone. It has a very long cable that goes into my laptop. And suddenly, by spending a few kD, I now no longer have to worry about audio. Let me switch back to my favorite microphone so that you all can hear me loud and clear. So if at all I was to ask you to invest in any technology, any few kDs that you want to spend it on audio. If you cannot, of course, then you can use your laptop microphone, you can use your mobile microphones, they are quite good. And the only suggestion I would in that case do is, because audio is all about where you are. You know, if you are in the street and you are giving a speech, it won't be as clear as if you were in a quiet room. I remember once one of the contestants, he was using his mobile. And one day he was talking to me, we were in a Zoom meeting and it was coming crystal clear. And I couldn't believe that this audio was coming from a mobile microphone. So I asked him, where are you sitting right now? And he told me, I am attending this meeting from a bedroom. So I asked him to show me the picture of his bedroom. And the interesting thing was, this bedroom had lots of furniture, a lot of carpets. The room was carpeted. So what happens when you have such kind of room? The sound doesn't reflect. It absorbs. The carpet absorbs the sound. The sofa absorbs the sound. The bed absorbs the sound. So in such cases, even a laptop microphone or a mobile phone will be perfectly okay. So if you cannot invest in audio, then make sure that you are in an environment that will not distort your audio. Go to the bedroom and give your speech. I don't know, because at the end of the day, as long as you can make it the background clean, it will be fine. So that's the second. The third would be, according to y'all, what would be the third option that you would be looking at very closely to make sure that you in a contest is able to effectively deliver your message loud and clear? DTM Abdullah says video, and absolutely you are right, because once your audience can hear you, they also need to see you. They need to see your body language. They need to see expressions. And so in this case, you need to focus on video. In general, we never need to invest in video. Your webcams are good enough, whether you're using a laptop webcam, or if you have put a small webcam on top of your laptop. Your mobiles have excellent webcams, by the way. If you're contesting from using a mobile, their cameras have become, better and better over the years. But you do need to look at how that video looks. And the easiest way to do that is to make sure that you are in a bright lit room, like I'm here. So it's all about the light. Finding the position of your video, where the camera is and where is the light. So ideally, if I'm sitting here, the light should be in front of me, not behind me. So if you are in a room, make sure that you are facing the window, for example, so you get all the light on your face. But don't face your back to the window, because then the camera will catch the light from the window and you will appear dark. So position yourself in a way that the lights are in front of you. If you have to arrange some light bulbs here and there so that they are in front of you, that's great. If you are giving your speech during the night, if you're giving speech during the daytime, you can leverage the unlimited light that is there outside. And is there anything else? Yeah, so light follows the video so that it can come, so your video appears right. And finally, the device. The device is what you have. Whether are you using a microphone? Are you using a laptop? Are you using a mobile phone? just to make sure that it is a reasonably good device. So those are your technological components of online meeting in the order that you should pay attention to them. So when we talk about online, we have to have a certain communication style. So as mentioned by Hemlata, very rightly, the camera position is very important. Where is the camera? Where do you think the camera should be? Asha says at the eye level. And I remember always telling people, stand and make sure that the camera is right at your eye level. Slightly above is okay. In my case, for example, the camera is placed slightly above my eye level, but that works fine. If what doesn't work fine is if the camera is below your eye level, then you can see straight into your nose and mouth, right? You want to avoid that. You want to avoid and give you the best face forward. And so therefore, when you position your camera, place it in a way that it fits. So if you are, for example, using a laptop, the suggestion I always give people is put a box and put the laptop on top of the box so that the camera comes to your eye level. Now, eye contact becomes quite challenging in an online when you're giving your speeches, because, for example, if I was to talk about eye contact, if I wanted to look at y'all, now, for example, I'm looking at DTM Khalid, I'm looking at him and DTM Mona, DTM Asir, but you will notice that when you all look at me, you all are not seeing me making any eye contact with you. Why is that? Because I'm actually focusing on the screen. And that's wrong. So when you want to convey your message, it's always important that you keep thinking, where is the audience? The audience is not here in front of me. The audience is actually there. So when I want to talk to you all, always focus on that camera. It can be quite challenging because I know I want to see what is DTM Khalid laughing at what I'm saying, but then I have to do like this, right? But then I want to make sure that my message gets delivered clearly. So during my message delivery, it's important that I always keep contact with you, not looking at you on the screen, but looking at the camera lens so that you think that I'm looking at you. So your eye contact is your camera lens. Keep looking at it, and that way you are able to convey the message effectively. And of course, it's because this is something different than what we are used to, you need to keep practicing it. I remember when I started the YouTube channel, my challenge was make 100 YouTube videos, and that would be the time I would see the improvement. You don't become good by making one YouTube video or two. You have to keep practicing, keep creating. And the same thing goes for your online contest. If you are going to give speeches, give as many speeches as possible, test speeches, club speeches, and check the videos, check the Zoom recordings. How do you sound? How do you look? That way you will find that as you keep practicing, you become better. There is no magic formula. In fact, recently I remember somebody posted a question, why do people leave Toastmasters? And my answer was very simple. People join because it's very easy to do, as mentioned earlier. It's just 20 KD. It's peanuts for most of us. But then we realize that Toastmasters is all about practice. It is not about just coming to the meeting. Just because you joined Toastmasters, you became great. Or just because you attended meetings, you became great. You become great because you kept practicing. You kept taking the feedback that you were given. And the same applies if you are a contestant. Go to different clubs, deliver speeches, get feedback, incorporate the feedback. And that way you will know that you are doing a good job. A few points about the online etiquette, especially if you are a contestant. I'm sure most of you have always this challenge. And the first thing you all will do, or at least we used to do, is that, can you hear me? on mute. Right? So that is because we have not done enough practice. So once you have your technology right, once you are comfortable with what you have and that it works correctly and you practiced it, then it should be that when you come to the podium to create the right impact, you jump straight into your delivery. You do not waste time trying to ask whether you are on mute or unmute because you're uncertain about the whole technology. And the same thing goes for camera. So be comfortable that when you do something, you know that it works. So when you stand in front of the camera and about to deliver, do not divert. And I'm sure in an online contest, the sergeant at arms will anyway prepare you. Can you hear? I can hear you. Can you say a few words? So do not go beyond that. Do not try to say, oh, can you check? Can you hear me properly? So that way, when you are on the stage, your main focus is just your message and not the technology. Things like, am I audible? This is something that you should avoid especially if you are a contestant. And of course, time management is very important. You will notice that on my screen, you see the time and you might see a small yellow box. And the same is applicable if you are a contestant, because you can get disqualified. I won't get disqualified, by the way, if I go beyond the 27 minutes that has been allocated to me today. But if you are a contestant, if you go beyond your allocated time, you will get disqualified. So practicing your speech, managing your time using tools that are available. For example, I'm using a small tool. So it tells me, okay, I'm nearing my 27 minutes that was allocated to me. I really don't even have to look at where is the timer on my screen. So that way you don't have to worry too much about the other people who will impact your time management, but you yourself manage your time effectively. And this is, in summary, what I had to speak today in terms of technology, in terms of etiquette, and in terms of managing your time. If you have any questions, I still have 3 to 4 minutes to wrap up. So Nasreen Azad says pinning the time is important. Yes, I mean, it all depends on what tools and technology you're using. So in your case, for example, if you are relying on the timer to see the time that you are within your time limit, make sure that you pin the timer. Most contestants, they have become so familiar with the technology. Pinning the timer, what happens is your screen then becomes is covered with the timer and you don't see yourself. So sometimes you want to see how you look, right? So in this case, maybe you could use other ways to make sure that you are still on time, but not necessarily pinning the timer. Dinesh has a question. Let me unmute Dinesh.
Hello, good morning, DTM Kajeta, and good morning to everyone. First of all, thank you very much for this workshop. I have a query. As usual in contest, contestants are instructed not to use the virtual background. Some contestants, they not have the good facility like you can say separate hall, and as you mentioned, someone using from their bedroom itself. As I too now I'm attending this workshop from my bedroom, but nobody can see because I have the virtual background. So in such case, a contest we will not be allowed to use that one. So all the things behind me, you will be able to see. So if I blur my background, it will not affect, I think, my video, but I experienced in one of the contest master asked, no, you cannot blur your background.
Okay,
Is
so
there any solution for that?
yeah, so thank you. First of all, I am not here to be the, what I should say, the contest rules and so forth. But my knowledge is you can use virtual background. There is nothing stopping us from a rule book perspective of using whatever tools you have available at your disposal. If a particular contest chair decides in that particular contest they don't want a virtual background, maybe they have some reasoning for it, but it's not definitely from the rule book perspective. So you can discuss with the chief judge your challenges as a contestant, but that's my take on it. Asha Pradeep says, what about shadows? Can you let me unmute you? I have 30 seconds, so I can still. Yeah, what do you mean by shadows?
In one of the contests, there were shadows. Like the person is standing in front of the mic, and the lighting in the contest area was creating shadows, especially the one which 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and all had gone to USA, no?
Yeah, so let me address your question, sir. What about shadows? Add more light. That's about it, because if you have just one light in front of you, light creates shadows because light travels, and any object it sees, it creates that's basic science. Add another light, that shadow will go. So add more lights is the answer to your shadows. But again, there is nothing wrong. Maybe the contestant used it for dramatic effect. I don't know. Anyway, so that is all I have for, okay. Hoor had asked, what is the perfect distance from cam to from the camera in a contest environment? There is no such thing. Whatever works for you. For some, being close might work. For some, going behind might work. But again, it all depends upon your speech. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Ghaleton, for enlightening us on the technology required to prep ourselves for the contest. I'm sure it will be helpful to all the contestants who are taking part in the contest this year. Yes, light, audio, video, everything plays a big role in an online contest. It's no more about just going on the stage and delivering your speech. You have to prepare yourself. So this was a very helpful and guided workshop for all contestants. Thank you so much for this. That completes our session 1. Moving on to session 2, without losing much time, I would like to introduce our trainer for the second session, or rather our panel guru for our second session, and that is Distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi. He will lead this panel discussion on how to grow as a leader. So apt for today's event when we are discussing about when we are having a training on club office, when we are training club officers to perform as leaders. Now, Distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi is the founding member of Sri Lanka Club Symposium Toastmasters. He has served as an area governor and division governor, besides serving as a mentor and coach. He is a member of 9 clubs in the region and is also serving as the chairman of the Cavils Club Council. Please help me welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi and his team of panelists, Distinguished Toastmaster Alka Kumra, District Director, District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Toastmaster Hoor Karosa, and Toastmaster Hussein Nakash. Distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi. You have 45 minutes. Timer will indicate green at 35 minutes, yellow at 40 minutes, and red at 42 minutes, allowing you 3 minutes to wrap up. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi.
Thank you so much. Give me a minute to set up this screen. Can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can, but just the first screen. Can we see something more so we know that it is?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, let me recognize the most important two trios here from the District 20, the District Director, District Toastmaster 𝗬𝙁, and District Toastmaster Mona Alqab, the Program College Director, and the District Toastmaster 𝗖𝗹𝘂 the Club Group Director, Division H Director, District Toastmaster 𝗠𝗸𝗂, Event Chair, the Organizing Chair, District Toastmaster Sam, and fellow leaders who are here. This is about leadership, what we are going to talk about, and the panelists will be explaining more about their experiences as well. Since the time is very limited for the presentation as well as the panel discussion, I will just go through the presentation first and then call on the panelists to join for explaining their experiences and about leadership. Now, we know almost here 57 or 56 leaders are in this forum today, and we will be just going through what the leadership is about in Toastmasters and where we can grow as a leader and how we grow as a leader. In my own experience, I would like to say that my experience as a leader for the last 26 years is enormous in Toastmasters, and what it has done to me professionally, socially, personally, it is really a great achievement. So the young leaders who are coming up in leadership role, this is what we are going to see, how best you can serve the community, help yourself, and become great leaders, which is a very important need, not only within our circle, but nationwide, global-wide, we need these leaders. Growing as a leader is a gift that has been given by Toastmasters. So let me see how best we can go. Screen is not working. Give me a minute, please.
DTM Ahmed, do you want support from the IT?
1 second, please.
Okay.
I'll open the screen first.
DTM, this is Toastmaster Vishal. May I know what is the requirement you would need over here? I mean, what is the assistance?
1 second. Trying to open my screen, but
Okay. You have your PowerPoint opened up. Is that none already?
yes, yes.
Okay, let me guide you through it. So your PowerPoint is opened up. Now switch
Yeah.
back to the Zoom and then share.
Yeah, but I'm sharing it. It's not seen in the share.
You send it to me, I can share it to you.
Oh my goodness, this is the thing which we Gadgetan talked about now.
That's all right. Send it to me and I can share it. No worries.
DTM Ahmed, you could share the presentation with Toastmaster Vishal and he could handle the presentation while you do your part.
Yeah, I can send you a hi on the WhatsApp if you want me to, or you could even share it on the chat over here, either way.
Oh, come on. All the checking which I did in the morning is a waste of time.
Okay, DTM Ahmed, let me guide you that. Let's do it from the beginning. Okay, you have your PowerPoint open up.
Just a minute. I'll open this again.
Okay.
Sorry about this.
Is it okay if we can drop the PowerPoint? It's all right. We can discuss if you wish. Because we're taking much time already. It will be 9:30.
Goodness.
Or DTM Rizvi, if I could access your screen from here, that could also.
Yeah, the problem is the cannot see the presentation now.
Wait.
Oh my goodness.
DTM Ahmed, I will guide you through that. No worries. we'll do it slowly. First, open up the presentation. I'm sure it is already opened up. Okay, and then you press Alt and Tab together to get into your Zoom client, the Zoom working window.
No, my signature is missing, Vishal.
What is it, sir? Once again? No, your Zoom is not missing. It is minimized. It is minimized.
No, what I'm telling is the presentation which I had in which thing is.
DTM Ahmed, is it the same presentation that you sent me before, or you modify something on there? Can we use the one you already sent for me beginning?
It is the same, but changes were there. But
yeah, you've done some changes. That's why I didn't get that. Can we go without the presentation then? We have a lovely 4 leaders.
Yeah.
Can we go without presentation?
Very unfortunate. This has been. I even copied to the.
It's okay. It's happened.
Or okay, I would suggest that open up your PowerPoint and then go to the recent open up. So that will take you to the last PowerPoint that you had opened. That way you'll be able to locate where that file is.
DTM Ahmed Rizvi, as suggested by your panelist, can we go without the presentation? Your panelists are ready.
Yeah, but it is not opening. It is there, grow as leader, but it is not opening. It says some error has occurred.
Oh yeah, okay. The thing is, if you want to go, so what you need to do is you go to that file, right click it. Okay, 1 second. Right click, and then it says, and in the detail panel.
No, shucks.
It's fine, sir. In the properties, when you go to the properties, right click, go to the properties, and then you will have right at the bottom, advanced, there is something called locked. You need to unclick that, uncheck it.
PowerPoint can't read. Oh my goodness.
Does the error message say it repair? Is there a word repair in that error message? I believe that's what it is.
Okay, I right clicked on that. It says sorry, PowerPoint
locked and
𝑥 home, and that, yeah, it cannot read, it says. And even if I right click, this is the message coming.
Yes. So what do you do? Right click on that file. Right click on the file.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Go to the properties. Right down, you'll see the properties.
Open a copy. There is no properties when I right click. Clear unpinned presentations.
It'll be in the right bottom, properties.
No,
The last.
It says clear unpinned presentation or remove from list, delete file, open a copy. No, it doesn't.
Okay, maybe some
right.
other.
No,
Sure.
I think there's something completely wrong.
No worries. After this session, I'll just assist you on that. That's fine. No problem.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll just go along with this other presentation and explain about the leadership a little bit and invite the panelists so that we can save the time. So let us not waste on the presentations which we cannot depend upon. It's really sad. A wonderful presentation which was encouraging most of the leaders here. But in the club leadership, it's always, and my personal experience I can share, I have been a club officer from the inception of my membership 26 years ago. From that time onwards, from the little bit as Sergeant at Arms to the district officer, I have been growing as a leader. So this has helped me in various ways, even as Sergeant at Arms, becoming a club manager to manage the property of the club and meeting arrangements, how event arrangements, etc., has been helping a lot. And from there onwards, for the treasurer, learning about budgeting, financial statements, or even keeping an account, learning from which you have not learned in the school or in any other areas, you learn in Toastmasters by becoming a treasurer, and as well as when you grow up in other areas, even in the secretary or writing skills, reading skills, you learn a lot. Vice President Public Relations gives an enormous way of learning, writing, designing, creativity, innovations, all these learning processes there. As VP membership, we have a lot of things to do, interpersonal communications and convincing power, persuading power, the members to join clubs or become a member, etc. And when you become a president, you have a plethora of experience in leadership because you know team building skill, conflict resolving skills, and group managing skill, as well as how to keep your team together and you in unity and manage things as a leader. VP education has, again, they will be explained by the trainers what is going to be. But when you grow outside the club, when you grow, get positions in areas and where you get assistant area or administration manager, or even as a sort of a public relations assistant in the area division district, you gain a lot of experience which will help the corporate club, the corporate employees, for them to perform. In my personal experience, I say I have grown in professional life so much because of Toastmasters. That leadership which I implemented in my professional life has brought me to a level even impressing in my presentations, in my etiquette, in my ethics, work ethics, and all these things have given me a lot of credibility in each and every leadership role I have taken in Toastmasters, in my professional life, and even in social life and wherever social organizations I have been leading. It has been a real credibility has been gained from being a leader. Now, I would like to enlighten more on this through the panelists in here, so that I would like to welcome the panelists. One of the panelists in here is the most senior member of this team here, that is our District 20 Director, who was introduced very much in elaboration at the beginning. So, it need no much of an introduction. Welcome, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, one of the panelists over here. The second panelist who is here, she has been a district officer. She was one of the past club growth director, and she has led many events, clubs, and she has been in other roles, whatever roles we call for as leader, judging, chief judging, etc. And she's a wonderful individual to know as a leader. That is none other than distinguished Toastmaster 𝗏𝗏 𝗏 is another panelist over here. So we have one from our Bahrain, one from Kuwait, and two other nations which are representing District 20. One Toastmaster is from Iran. She has been a vice president membership. Yes, she has been in the PR committee team, and she is an entrepreneur at the moment, and she is a wonderful leader as well from Egypt. Please welcome Toastmaster who to be in the panel. Yes, she's there. Then the last and final panelist is from our other nation, Iraq. And he is also one of the leaders who is growing from the bottom of the leadership role in Toastmasters. And yesterday when I was having the briefing, I learned that he is really all out to take up leadership role, and he's very enthusiastic in taking up leadership role. Toastmaster Hussein from Iraq. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster. Dear leaders, thank you so much for joining this panel discussion. It's very unfortunate we could have developed a little bit more on the presentation if we would have had the opportunity of going through it. But nevertheless, I know you all will be able to give more explicit explanation being a leader. Audience, if you all have any questions within the time limit we are given, please put it in the chat box, or even you can directly ask, because I don't want to take much time in between asking and interacting with questions, because we have very limited time. So let me go with the first question from one of the panelists, that is more senior panelist, that is our District 20 Director himself. Can you tell what is your definition about leadership and how has it transformed you in Toastmasters and in personal life and professional life? Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah. You can have 1 minute and 30 seconds for explaining on this.
Oh, thank you so much for telling me about my time, because I can have a workshop just for that question. Thank you so much, panel moderator, DTM Ahmed Rizvi. If I would summarize the answer to this, it would be influence. Leadership is just about influence. There are many leaders, of course, who would come to my mind right now, and the influence can be also good and can be harmful. And without going into those directions, but leadership is all about influence. And how Toastmasters transformed me as a leader. I joined Toastmasters for one reason, or for a cue, and this is something for membership, by the way, food. They just said that they deliver or they serve a great food in 𝗏𝗏 Club. And that's how I was introduced to Toastmasters. How I became what I am right now, I don't know. It's just an accident. So I became an accidental leader. That's the way I would describe myself. Now, coming to how, I still remember vividly few incidents that happened to me in those 1.5 minutes. I still remember when the president saw something in me as a leader and empowered me to fill in the Division K PR manager at that time under DTM 𝗬𝗪 𝗀𝗀. That's where I saw something in me that I can maybe explore more. When DTM Sivraj called me and said, DTM Khalid, why don't you be the next chairperson for Division B contest? He saw something in me that I could not see myself. When DTM Ali Shahbaz called me and he said, why don't you be the chairperson for Stardust? He saw something in me that I could not see in myself. So at times, it's all about the influence that we give to others to see what they don't see in themselves. And that's true definition of leadership. I don't see my time, but I think I would stop here. Back to you, panel moderator.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid, for that wonderful explanation. Now, I would like to ask a question from the young and growing Toastmaster, Toastmaster Hussain. What are the few reasons you pursued leadership in Toastmasters?
Well, good morning. This is the question, or should I proceed?
Yeah, please. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
I already activated the timer on my phone, so okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for everyone. Thank you so much for this virtual meeting, and I would wish if it was an actual meeting, because that would be a benefit for all. For things that made me pursue leadership personally, is the environment that we are living in, as well as the motivation that I saw in this place, and especially in Toastmasters. One of the key things that made me join into Toastmasters was one of the international public speech contest that happened in 2016 by Mohammed Qahtani. He was one of the winners there, and his speech gave me a huge motivation to just join this organization and see how this phrase is being done, how this phrase is being acted for leaders and public speakers. So that made me realize that there is something that I should do, even if I'm still young and I still have a lot of experience in life that I have to go through. But to put an essential brick as a foundation, it was a step that I had to take to join, for me to understand and to teach myself in case there's someone who didn't teach me. So let's say that was self-mentoring and self-teaching at the very same time. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful explanation for giving a reason to pursue leadership. That's wonderful. Next question I would like to ask one of the past district leader. Yes, I know her. She realizes that question is coming to her. What has been one of your biggest challenges as a leader? Because you have been in the district, so you will be able to give this question a great answer. 1 minute, 30 seconds for you. What has been one of your biggest challenges as a leader?
Thank you, moderator, for that. Good morning to all present. First of all, I would like to express my pleasure at seeing all leaders here. Congratulations to the PQD team for arranging this, thinking of this, having the vision of having this kind of a panel discussion, because today I see here international director, district director, district leaders, division, area, club leaders, and it's the most opportune time and platform to do this. Now, my biggest challenge as a leader has been, first of all, the time on hand. So we don't have enough time to do what we want to do as a leader. Now, growing in leadership has been a great journey for me. I was thrown into leadership in the beginning, and which is, I believe, the best way to become a good leader. how will you learn how to swim if you don't go into the water, right? So when you are thrown into leadership, that's the way you grow really. And like I said, time has never been enough. Time has been a big constraint because with our other commitments, we are never able to give enough time to give wings to our vision. And my second challenge, I would say, is unfortunately, some people who get demotivated due to failure. Failures may have a different connotation for everyone. For someone, not winning a speech contest may be a failure. For another person, not being the best speaker in a regular meeting may be a failure. But motivating these people not to leave Toastmasters just because you did not win a contest, just because you did not win the best speaker, that's not the end of the journey. As leaders, we need to learn to handle failures as well, right? I'm sure everyone will agree with me here.
Yes,
Failure is a part of learning journey. So to all the leaders present here today, I would say, please, please, please don't let your members leave Toastmasters just because of small failures. I know it is the biggest challenge. Back to you, moderator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster 𝗏𝗏 for that wonderful explanation for facing the challenges. Yes, failures are the pillars of success, they say, and that is what the leaders will have to learn about. Always we have failures. Now we have the failure of the presentation. Yes, that is always the case. Now the question goes to our Toastmaster Ho. What was your most satisfying leadership role in Toastmasters and why?
Hello, everyone. How are you? Good morning, good evening. How are you all? Leaders of Toastmasters, thank you for having me today. The most satisfying role in Toastmaster all the time is giving feedback. And giving feedback is not like simple giving feedback of evaluation, but giving feedback all the way around. Sometimes giving a pat on the shoulder, pushing someone forward, and the motivation to get past their failures or get past their challenges. But in simple, it's feedback. Feedback of success. When you celebrate success and you make success glow, it's actually a huge motivation to tell everybody you've done a good job and you can move forward. To share other people's success and the huge exposure of the Toastmaster International family. I know in District 20, we're very cozy and calm, and you have this love atmosphere that goes around, but go to other districts, go to other contests and see the challenge and the argument going there. You're going to love it. I know it is a bliss to be in a loving and warm environment, but just getting exposed to other natures and other cultures actually gives you a lot of learning experience. So actually the thing that I love the most is feedback and exposure. Putting them both together, you find leaders being made. We learn. Today I've learned something new, as usual. Leadership by accident and swimming with going into the water. This is a simple feedback for me, and pushing with failure into a successful story. Thank you all for having me. I've learned a lot from you. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think we are coming to a closing time. Any questions from the audience to the panelists? If not, I'll quickly go with the other questions for the panelists. There's no questions from the audience, so let's go ahead with the other questions. Toastmaster Hussain, what skills do you use most often in your leadership?
One of the key things that I learned during my humble journey in Toastmasters was communication skills. A key factor that teaches you how to deal with people and how to understand who you're talking and speaking to was a key factor for me to grow as a person who can stand with elders and learn from them and talk to them and have a conversation with them, dealing with their questions, dealing with their concerns, as well as to anticipate what they are expecting. One of the key things that happened for me recently is that for a younger person like me, dealing with people who are way older for the age is a very difficult thing that no young person can handle properly. But the thing is that when you see someone who is like 20, 30 years older than you, comes towards you and tells you that you're dealing in a very good way with elder people than younger people. You understand them, you respect them, you show them that they are fully respected in this place, that they're fully welcomed, even though that the most environment is for the younger people. That by itself gives me this kind of a feeling that you're doing something that most of the people in the same age of yours cannot do. So I would say that communication skills had been a very huge factor for me that I can do in a very perseverance way, as well as to get that feedback from them to tell me that I'm doing it in a correct way. So yeah, I would say it's my communication skills that I learned here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There are two questions coming from the chat box, which I will propose at the end. Let's go to the next panelist. There's one more question I would like to ask Toastmaster Who. Yes. What do you do in your personal time that helps you to be a leader?
I walk the talk. I try to apply everything. I try to apply the simple things that I learn during the Toastmasters. I always see Toastmasters as the gymnastic, where you build muscles, and then you go to the real world and try to use it hands-on. During practice in Toastmasters, as I told you, we have a safe environment. We are all very supportive. We love each other. We support each other all the way along. The real world is not like that. So when you take the safe environment culture and try to apply it outside, you sometimes find friction and conflict. What you really have to do is get it back to Toastmaster and take the manual for it. In my private time, what I do is I try to blend these skills into the real world. Being in a safe environment is actually a bubble, a shell, and we need to break that. We need to make it out there in the real world where people, not everybody means well for you, but in Toastmasters, we have to get this skill along the way. Conflict resolution in Toastmaster is a beautiful practice. We do it so smoothly and so elegantly and so prestigiously. In the real wild world, it's so aggressive and you find people hunting you all around. So we need to get this real world situations into our Toastmasters by trying to put some, the debate. When I went to several meetings with debate, you get to see that, the different point of views and how people try to negotiate. And even if you do it in a safe environment, you'll get the click out of it. Some people are agreeing and disagreeing and trying to put things along. Of course, because my main purpose of joining Toastmasters, the leadership program, is managing or trying to influence people and trying to put them into a pathway of their own. This is very interesting because why do you want to influence people into your own pathway? You want to influence them into their own pathway to reach their own goals. So this is one other thing I try to do into my personal life, is to make people walk their pathway, not my pathway. Thank you all, and back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is really great to have even in personal time you use for the leadership implementation and experiences. This question goes to our District 20 Director. What is the biggest challenge facing the leaders today in Toastmasters?
That's very deep. Thank you so much, panel moderator. I would simplify the answer to this to mindset. The biggest challenge that we have in Toastmasters or even beyond Toastmasters is the mindset. When we have a mindset of believing that we can do things bigger than ourselves, that's the mindset that we really have to walk the talk, as what Dr. Hur just said. It's all about mindset. Sometimes we say something as leaders, and by the way, when we are leaders, we lead by example, and people see even at times, even how you put the mic, how you even wear the qatra and so on. They look at the nitty-gritty of what you do. So as leaders of District 20, we need to influence that mindset positively. Sometimes saying, well, okay, online contest, that by itself create lots of challenges, I can tell you, because all of those challenges, whatever challenges we face in life, is just requires a simple shift in mindset. Back to you, DT Mohammed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There are 3 questions in the audience. I would like to take from to District Toastmaster Alka. What was the hardest decision you have taken as a leader? This is from Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh, for that question, which comes to us leaders very often when you are leading. The hardest decision is whether to take a position or not take a position. That's what I would say. Because personally speaking, I have always been thrown into position leadership. However, I would like to say that it's not necessary to have those positions to be a leader. And I have been approached by several people to take up leadership roles all through my journey. And in the bargain, I have actually grown because I have taken up all club leadership roles. I have been in the area, I have been in the division, I have been in the district. However, positions do help you grow as a leader. But I would say leaders are not always people who hold higher ranks in an organization. A leader is one who can influence, who can inspire others. Having a vision is very important. So if you have a vision and you are able to get others along with you as a team and fulfill that vision, I feel you have done your duty as a leader. Like John Maxwell said, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and actually become more, you are a leader. So my biggest decision, hardest decision has been to refuse leadership roles as they have come along. Even though I have taken, in my 10 years Toastmaster journey, I have taken up a lot of leadership roles. I have refused as many too. So back to you, moderator.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think everything happens for a reason. This was much, much better than having a presentation and slides. This was a wonderful discussion, I would say. There are 2 questions, which is from the 2 Toastmasters, which I myself will answer. How you are motivated to continue in leadership throughout, and what are the challenges to become international director, and how to get support from individuals. Well, we have a shining example here in this audience itself now, distinguished Toastmaster Ali Shahbaz Ali. I know we grow up together as a Toastmaster from the beginning, from the very humble start of being a member in each club. We both know each other. Now you can see the ladder he has gone, international director. So it is the commitment, the continuity, and the composed service that helped him to grow there up to that level. And that is what his motivation is all about. We are getting motivated. For you all to be motivated, I will tell you one thing. I'll take that extra minute to see. This is the 54th club officers training I am attending, 54th. That means in 26 years, I have attended 54 club officers trainings. I have never said I learned something in the previous one and I don't want to attend this. I have attended each and every club officers training, each and every chief judges training, 26 chief judges and judges training. So please don't say that I have learned enough. you have never learned enough. You have to lead and learn every day, everything in your life. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity for being here, and thank the panelists for having given a wonderful explanation about leadership, more than what we could have explained in the presentation. So that's a blessing in disguise. Thank you so much. Thank you, Teacher Mona, for giving me this opportunity, and wish you all the best, and all the leaders everything to grow as a leader from today onwards up to you who are in the leadership. Thank you so much. Over to you, Master Ternis.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi, and a big thank you to the panelists who have just now shared their experiences, their challenges, their take on leadership through their personal examples, where they shared their personal examples telling us what it takes to be a leader. Now, having said that, we are prepared. All of us here are now prepared to take up our leadership role. I liked that there was this mix of, in the panelists, where we had the seasoned leaders and upcoming leaders who shared their experiences. Thank you to DTM Ahmed Rizvi for bringing this panel discussion, Grow as a Leader, to us on this, at this event, which is so, which your panel discussion was so apt to this event where we are training leaders. So this was an add-on, like value-added tax to the event. So thank you so much for that. Before we move on to thanking our role players, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our International Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Ali Shahbaz Ali. And please, Distinguished Toastmaster Ali Shahbaz, we want to hear from you the answer to that question which had come in the panel discussion, which was answered by DTM Ahmed Rizvi, but we would like to hear from you to do justice to that question. Over to you, Distinguished Toastmaster Ali Shahbaz Ali.
Is he still here with us? I think he left. Yeah.
Yes, he left.
Yeah.
Oh, that is really unfortunate. We missed putting him on the spot. I wish he was invited by the distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed to answer that question. Nevertheless, his presence did enlighten us, as already I see it in the chat, how it does make a difference when we have leaders coming from the international level attend our sessions, attend our events. So without wasting any further time, let me call upon our Head of Education, Distinguished Toastmaster Siham Mohammed, to acknowledge all our role players. Distinguished Toastmaster Siham, the stage is yours.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, district leaders, DTM Khalid Abdullah, our district director, DTM Munalaqab, our BQD, and the one who brings us always for such amazing workshops, and our dear Club Growth Director, DTM Yasser Bashar, DTM Burmok Both, our Division H Director, all the dignitaries in the house, the past, the future, and the current. Welcome you all with fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests. Now this is the time to thank everyone who really made this happen. Thank you so much for such wonderful workshops we enjoyed from the start till the end, even if we have technical issues. This is the pay for having such a wonderful time. So no problem at all. Things happen. Now this is the moment for thanking, and I will start with our first dynamic Vishal, can I share my PowerPoint? Let me share the PowerPoint I have. Thank you so much. Our first certificate, and I wish that our great trainer, we can say online guru, DTM 𝗃𝗵𝗂, thank you so much for such a wonderful workshop. We always learn from you regarding online. I really enjoy and know that I will get something new, and always you did that. Even yesterday we have a briefing, and while the briefing he was just came to the briefing by accident and said, I will help you to do something, and he showed us another trick regarding the timing and the breakout rooms. Thank you so much, sir, truly. And DTM Ahmed Rizvi, thank you so much for your amazing workshop and panelist as well. It was lovely and inspiring. DTM Khalid Abdullah for being the panelist for today. Thank you so much for your amazing, inspiring feedback. DTM 𝗏𝗏, and it is true to have, struggling with the positions in the district. TM 𝗏𝗫, I like the way you love to learn and the passion you have. I expect you will be soon leader, inshallah, in the district. Also, this is the first time to see TM Hussein, and I love the spirit. I love the way you are talking. You are a real, I believe you have been born as a leader. This is for the, in advance, of course, because we're not coming back. This is for the trainers in the breakout rooms. TM Farida for the president workshop. For the education, the vice president of education, TM, sorry, I would say TM Mayor. TM Raymond Pereira for vice president membership. TM Amanda Rapport for public relations. TM Suhan Abdelmanaf for secretary. TM Shakil Sheikh for the treasurer. TM Akbar Khan for the sergeant arms. And now our star for today, MC DTM 𝗏𝗏. Thank you so much for your wonderful performance. Our guru behind the screen, moderator TM Vishal Edward Khan, and actually he's a backbone. Whenever he does everything. Whatever you have a problem, he is there. Thank you so much, Vishal, for your wonderful support as usual. And for our sergeant arms today, John Stephen, AD for Area 30, thank you so much. And he really saved us at the last moment. Likewise, AD 19, TM Samel, thank you so much for being the timer for today. And I love the way you controlled the time. Thanks a lot. And with that, I conclude my word of thank you. Thank you all. And let's move on to MC for the breakout rooms. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Siham, for acknowledging all our role players. I would now like to ask all present here to switch on their cameras so we can take the picture of this event, which will be the memorable one, which we can hang on the wall, that so many of us attended, took up our responsibility and attended the Makeup COT too. So can I ask our moderator, Toastmaster Vishal, to do the needful, to take the pictures and let us know when we are done. You can give us a count to SMI, E, G, whatever it would be.
Thank you, DTM 𝗏𝗏. All right, this is the moment. All those who have their clothes put on, please switch on your cameras. It is a cheesy moment, so say it, cheese.
Put
Okay.
heart in photo.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody can put on a heart there. Yeah, we see a lot of hearts there. Perfect.
Yeah, sir, your heart is left. Gone.
Okay, clicking in 1, 2, and one more. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. I'll now just take it with non-hiding participants as well. All right, clicking 1, 2, and 3. Second screen, 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. It's done. Thank you very much. Over to you, Master Selmi, DTM Priscilla.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal, for doing the needful. And we move on to, do we have our event chair giving us the vote of thanks as we come towards the end of this wonderful event. Toastmaster Suhan.
Well, I thought my job's already done. Anyways, I want to still say thank you to each and everyone present over here, the district leaders, the members, as well as everyone, the audience itself, whoever was here. I want to thank each and every one of you. So thank you, and back to you again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suhan. Now it looks like as if we called you for dinner. We said what we wanted to say, and now we're saying, okay, bye-bye, dinner's done. No, dinner will be served now. And to do that, oh wait, it's lunchtime, sorry. Lunch will be served now. Now, we are here for the club officers training. So we will now request members who have come here, leaders who have come here for this training, to move into the breakout rooms as for whatever training you have come here, whether it is for the president's role, VP Ed, from all the 7 club roles that club officers role that are there, you will now move into the breakout room. But before we do that, let me acknowledge our trainers. We have Toastmaster Farida Bai Tanzir giving the training for the presidents, distinguished Toastmaster 𝗬𝗪𝗏 Nair, who will take care of the VP Ed, who will train you on the role of Vice President of Education. We have distinguished Toastmaster Raymond Pereira, who will guide you on the role of VP, who will take you through the VP membership role. And we have Toastmaster Amanda Rabot, who will take you through the VP Public Relations role. Toastmaster Suhan Abdul Manaf, event chair, is also taking up the responsibility of training secretaries at this club officers training. We have Toastmaster Shakil Sheikh take you through the treasurer's role, and we have Toastmaster Akbar Khan take you through the role of the sergeant at arms. Please feel free to attend this training. It is free and go to the room, the breakout room that you wish to. Probably you have definitely attended Club Officers Training 1. And now you may be looking at it that you would like to take over another role in the next term. This is a nice opportunity to go and attend a training for your next role as leader. Also, it is an opportunity for you to share your experiences with other members. And most important, remember to fill in the attendance link, to fill in your attendance sheet. So there will be an attendance link which will be shared in the chat, not at the beginning, but at the end of the training session. Make sure that you do that so that your club benefits that one point that is very important for the club to grow. Now, for the trainers, a little note, the timer will flash the red signal 3 minutes prior to finish time. So all you need to look for is a red signal, and you still have 3 minutes to wrap up. Wrap up your training and return to the main room with your leaders so that we can adjourn this club officers training.
No, dear, no need to come back. Excuse me, no need to come back.
No need to come back? They can
No.
go for lunch?
Exactly. So for the
Well, by then it will be prayer time. I believe it will be prayer time. So after the training is done and you filled in your attendance sheet, you may proceed to prayers and Friday lunch.
Yes.
I am Toastmaster. Yes, Toastmaster Mona, you
Yes,
have
may I
something.
interrupt here? Sorry for that, but make sure that you register in the attendance sheet all the roles that you are holding this term and the clubs and the position, please, so that it will not, and even the trainers themselves, they have to also register in the attendance sheets, please.
Also,
yes.
Vijal, can you open the breakout room?
Yes, DTM. Yes, I'm
It's
just
ready.
bringing up. May I request all the trainers to please rename yourself as trainers, and I will give you the co-host rights.
Even the audience, can you rename yourself? If you are president, just put president, put VPE, VPM.
Okay, all the trainers or the presenters have the co-host right. I am now opening up the rooms, and all the participants can choose by themselves which room they would like to go in. Right, opening the room now.
Yes.
5.
Thank you all. Thank you all. And I sign off as your Master of Ceremonies for this event. All the best to all the trainers and enjoy your training.
Can we stop recording also, DTM Vishal?
Yes, stopping the recording now.
Yes. And presenters, can you just start recording from the breakout room?